Hello, I am Abby Jamison, and this is my individual development plan. The 4 critical competencies for an industrial organizational psychologist and consultant that I chose from the readings from Hodge and Borman are confidence and decisiveness, and from SIOP, Consultant Path, are communication and trustworthiness. I chose confidence as a top competency because as IO consultants, we must believe in ourselves and the product, our services, and must also get our client to believe in us. Weiss notes that we must come off as a powerful presence. This denotes someone who not only believes in what they are selling, but wants to give it to others for their benefit. If we feel like we are just trying to sell something for monetary gain or to benefit ourselves, we will walk in there shy, intimidated, or worse, making excuses or apologizing for the reason we are trying to sell them our services. We must walk with the awareness that the knowledge we carry will benefit them by making their organization better, and we must be able to convince them of that in a non-salesperson way. Furthermore, confidence helps build resiliency. We must be prepared for the inevitable no. But if we take it as a stepping stone or a moment to learn instead of failure, we will gain both confidence and resiliency. I chose decisiveness as a top competency because it is something that as a consultant or a psychologist, we will have to practice for every single client or case we delve into. We must be willing and able to use our knowledge and our experience, which equal wisdom and lead to confidence, to guide our clients. Oftentimes, as someone looking in from the outside, we are able to see more clearly than they can. They will invite us into their organizations, sometimes for the sole purpose of providing a yes/no or a stay/go. Furthermore, it shows that we have aligned ourselves with our clients' values and purposes. Very important when making these yes or no decisions. I chose communication because as a psychologist or consultant, our business is based off of effective and efficient communication. While SIOP identifies verbal and written communication as being top competencies, I include nonverbal as well. Being able to speak well, effectively and efficiently denotes confidence in your product as well as knowledge, wisdom, which is being able to apply that knowledge, and ability. Nonverbal communication, such as gestures or body language, help to put the client at ease. Written communication helps define goals, identify problems, arrive at solutions, and solidify the relationship between yourself and your client. Lastly, I chose trustworthiness. It is a core competency no matter what job or position you hold. To be trustworthy means you can be relied upon as being honest and truthful. It builds credibility, reputation, and confidence in your services. It allows people to come to you and know that you will be honest, fair, and truthful. It speaks not only of your character, but your work and your work ethic as well. It allows peers and clients alike to value you and to depend upon you and your opinion. I chose communication as one of my strengths. I am articulate and comfortable in front of people. I am team coordinator at work, and I teach approximately 10 group fitness classes per week, leading and guiding them efficiently, articulately, while I'm huffing and puffing right along with them. I'm able to make them comfortable. I was asked to take over a team of volunteers at church, specifically for my communication skills. That team has tripled in size over the course of the past year. I am given the opportunity to speak publicly to my team and to other team leaders as well each week. I often let the others speak, not because I'm afraid to, but because I want to give them the chance and hear what they have to say. I will work on giving them the opportunity to hear what I have to say. This is also a good time to practice my nonverbal body language. I can start this tomorrow. I lead my team tomorrow. I will practice my written communication this week with my employees. We have several training needs and I've been putting them off. I must find a way to articulate to them not only the importance of the training, but also to drive home the point that these trainings are necessary because these are areas where we have identified lack or need. That's the reason I've been putting them off. I don't want to hurt feelings, but they are necessary. This will be done this week. One area I do possibly write in too much detail. I'm working on narrowing my focus. I have had professors ask me to narrow my focus. The critical reading has been very helpful in this, and it's something that I will continue to work on, especially through that assignment. I also chose trustworthiness as a strength. I am honest to a fault. People come to me when they want to hear the truth, which I have been told over and over. During my final year of undergrad, a teacher had a different opinion than me and let me know that he would dock my grade if I did not write what he wanted me to write. I thought about it long and hard. I had a 4.0 at the time. I respectfully disagreed with him. I did so in a manner where he actually came back and thanked me and gave me the grade that I deserved. I do not have a problem with hard conversations. Another reason I was asked to take over the volunteer team at church. I have had to hold many of those conversations there and with my employees, whether they're not showing up on time or doing their job correctly, but I have learned how to do so in love and so that they walk away feeling valued by me and respected and better about themselves. I have even had to speak with those above me about one injustice or another and have one of them thank me for being honest, even though they knew it was a hard conversation for me to have. I'm confident in my opinions because I research them thoroughly, whether it's politics, child rearing, what books to read. I will leverage this by continuing to research, continuing to give informed decisions, not shying away from the hard stuff, and presenting myself in a humble and deferent manner. I chose confidence as an area for development. I often feel unqualified or underqualified to do a job or worry about not doing it right, so I will either not do it or I will put it off. I am a typical classic type A. If I'm not confident I can ace it, I would almost rather not try. There's honestly no almost to it. I would rather not try. I have 2 bachelor's degrees because I was not confident in my ability to do well in psychology. Thankfully, I straightened myself up, although not before adding 18 months of schooling. I am confident in who I am as a person, such as my personality, etc. It is more my abilities that I lack confidence in. My goal will be to tackle the assignments that I fear first throughout the rest of this class. These include all assignments that require a video, regardless of the grade. And honestly, I'm not too upset that I'm getting a lower grade in this one because I'm taking it as a really good lesson. I will gain confidence the more that I create PowerPoints and video presentations. My lack of confidence leads straight to my second area of development, which is decisiveness. I am notoriously indecisive. I battle the yeses and nos, the stays and the goes in my head all the time. It does not matter if it's concerning what I want to eat, which routine I'm going to do as an exercise instructor, or which assignment to do first. I cannot grocery shop for dinner without a specific list. My mind gets so overwhelmed, and all too often I fail or do nothing or procrastinate until the very last minute. To help me make more decisive decisions, I will write out the pros and cons for each decision and use that to help make logical, informed decisions. I have already done this for next week's schooling as I got behind from vacation. This indecision causes stress for me and for my family. It is my goal to make firm decisions for what to do first, second, etc., which will help me organize my time and my thoughts. Again, I thank you for allowing me to turn this in, even though it's late. I truly do appreciate it.